T-Man 978 here. I'm about to review Transformers Combiner Wars Off-Road. Here he is in his packaging, which looks very, very, very freaking nice. I love the purple on that black right there. And this packaging is very deceiving, which a Decepticon should be. When you pick it up, it feels very substantial, like you're feeling like, oh, this is a premium toy. But really it's the comic book right there, giving it all the heft and weight. So here's the back of the packaging. Here's his bio that you can pause and read if you want to. And now let me get this guy out of the package. And here's Off-Road's comic. I really, really like this artwork right here. I like how they even drew his combiner joint right there, which looks like teeth. It's almost like two eyes, a nose, and teeth right there, which is kind of cool. I like this pose they did. Here is his book info if you want to pause this and read it for yourself. It's really interesting. They mention how he resembles Wild Ride. And here is the proto image. What he could have been right here if they decided to take a few different routes. Come on, clear up. Alright, now let me bring in the toy. In packaging, Off-Road was one of the most impressive looking figures that I got, besides Dead End. I love his head sculpt, or face sculpt. Depending on how you look at it, it almost looks like he has a permanent grin on his face, with those line details right there going up his mouth. His head is very interesting. People think that he's going to be remolded to be Prowl, but I'm not sure. They might have to do a lot of remolding on his face. What I never realized until actually taking the toy out of the package, these door panels are adjustable and they hang off right there. They're not too much of a problem. But this whole backpack part, there's no way to collapse that. Like, you would think they would let you totally flip on another hinge and go flat on his back. Or maybe have a double hinge so it can collapse over top of these windows, but no. It's just over his head like that, like Huffer. Let's see if you can bring that up. Yeah, like a Huffer transformation. And just like on the artwork, he does have those teeth right there. So they were really faithful to the toy on that artwork. I love this spring detail right here in his legs. And here's his axe, which looks like an engine part with a axe attached to it. So basically, this is him from the back. Articulation, he can't really look up that much, but he's on a ball joint. Ball jointed shoulders. 90-degree bend on the arm. I don't really like his arms too much because they kind of feel too long. So the proportion is off on there. And there's a swivel at the elbow. The off-centered waist joint. I mean, out of the Stunticons, this is basically an Aerialbot body that transforms into a vehicle, a car, a truck, SUV, whatever. Hips go like that on the ball joint, kick out that much, go back that much, thigh swivel, 90-degree or almost 90-degree knee, no toes, of course. But watch me transform him and you'll see that he's very much Aerialbot. transformation. Now this guy, I believe he's the only person who you can actually do this if you want to. Well, what I mean is, with his transformation being much like the aerial bots, you have to turn the head this way. You can't bring this peg up and actually transform them, but you can do that with him. Put his arms down like this, lift this up, bring these down, and basically same as the aerial bots. Bring this up. Well, maybe leave the arms out first. Bring these up. Make them together. Close this. Try to get this. Oh man. Get that in there. Now close the front legs and bring this all in. Make sure everything's flush and you have a nice little pickup truck, which I also hear rumor may be ironhide, but he rolls great. Here are his details. Silver painted rims again. Red windshields, a red stripe down there. Nice colored and details in the front. I'm so happy they're giving us more paint. There's still not a lot of paint, but they're giving us more paint. I believe I brought down Trailbreaker, so might as well compare him in vehicle mode. With them both being SUVs, I wanted to see for myself how they stacked up. And Offroad is actually a little bit bigger than him. Looking at things, this guy has a lot of paint as well. So, only thing is he doesn't have painted rims, which is something he robbed of us. But the front has almost about the same amount of paint. Anywho, looking at him and his legs transformation is just like breakdowns, except his legs, his thighs are a little bit longer than breakdowns. Anywho, I didn't show off his combiner part weapon right here, and with the details on this. There's that. Looks like an engine, and it has that teal in there that he has in his joints. Anyway, let me get him back in robot mode and give my final thoughts. Something I didn't show off in vehicle mode, his axe weapon can actually be pegged sideways right there. And I guess you could pretend that that's a gun. Of course, you can peg the combiner part right there. But for this guy to not be one of the original Stunticons, he's my second favorite deluxe Stunticon. And that's bad. They should have gave drag strip and breakdown a little bit more love, in my opinion. I mean, I am appreciative that they gave them to us, but yeah. Of course, I'm gonna save the limb mode transformation for the end of this video. But for now, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, comment if you have any questions or anything. But until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Now for your limb mode. Let's start with arm mode first. Arm mode first. First thing you want to do, peg the legs together. This is very easy from robot mode. Bend the arms back like this and basically collapse them. Actually, I'm wrong. I never made this into arm mode before. Do it this way so the pegs are sticking out, because his elbows can bend backward. And this doesn't really look good to me. They had it like sort of like this. I am a backwards robot. Anyway, flip his head around, bring this out, and boom. You have an arm, and this does not peg together good. So he was not designed to be an arm, really, in my opinion. Because these don't peg in at all. These side panels, they just flop around. So he would not make a good arm. Leg mode, basically make him a truck. And this is still a pain for some reason. Get that in there. Man, this guy is not hanging together tight at all. Bring these together. Leave this like this. Bring that joint up. I guess you could rotate his head so you don't see it. And basically peg this into the bottom. And now he's a foot with a shin, or maybe you like the G1 way. Same deal. This toes look longer, shorter heel spur. And I guess this can move back to give him knee articulation, but then the head would come out. So, yeah, that's that. Now to the Minosaur review.